Hi, I'm Togue Brawn, owner and founder of Down East Dayboat. I am here in beautiful Cape Elizabeth, Maine, my hometown, and I have to show you whole live scallops. These delicious scallops are not from Cape Elizabeth, Maine. They are actually from the waters around Stonington, Maine. They were harvested on Wednesday morning. That's yesterday morning, and actually their brethren were shipped to people all around the country who are going to be enjoying some delicious scallops tonight. So I am really excited to be offering these. I've been wanting to do so for years. I've finally had my first shipment, and I'll be shipping some more in the coming months. And I'm gonna take these inside and give you a little tutorial on how to shuck them. Okay, so here we are where the real fun begins. So here you have your scallop. Now notice you've got the rounded, darker side and the paler, flat side. You wanna hold it like this with the cup down, the rounded side down. And what you wanna do is, remember, the adductor muscle is the muscle that holds the shells together. So you have to slice one side of it off, and it's easier to do that on the flat side. So you're gonna wanna stick your knife in here, and bear in mind, when you stick your knife in, since the scallop is alive, it may very well close down on that knife. So I'm gonna try to do this as painlessly as possible, Ms. Scallop. Stick it right in here, and scrape along the top of the shell. And then you can see there is some roe in there, but you can't see it real well. Why is that? It's because the top layer of the mantle is covering it. So what I do is stick this knife right there and just peel that back. Okay, so now the first step is taken care of. You got the mantle there. Now the important bit is you're gonna want to remove this digestive tract. I use a spoon, you can also use a knife, but you just wanna go in there like that and scoop it out. Now you'll see it's got some gooey stuff in there, so I'm gonna take a paper towel. You can do this over the sink. Just wipe that out. You don't want to leave that stuff in there. When you look at it, it's gonna be obvious that you don't want to eat it. Okay, now you can eat everything that's in here, but what I like to do is I still separate it out. So I grab the mantle and just peel it off. Okay, and now you have just the scallop and the roe on the shell. So this is actually a great thing to prepare like that. If you want, you can then take these mantles. I personally like to take the gills off, which is that sort of grayish looking thing. And you can just do that with your fingers. And then you can make calamari with those, or you can just pan fry them, or you could put them in a quick ceviche pickle. Basically what I like to do is to separate it out into its constituent parts. So you've got the mantle, you've got the adductor muscle, and you've got the roe. Now if you want to remove this from the shell, you just take your knife and keep it as flush to the shell as you can, because you don't want to leave any of that delicious scallop on there. Not quite. And there you go. So you've got the adductor muscle, the roe, and the mantle. Now you hear me all the time saying don't ever let them touch fresh water. In this case, you get the brown juice there. You can take a quick rinse to it if you have to. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so now you might be thinking, great, Togue, you showed me how to shuck it. Now what the hell do I do with it? Well, imagination is your only stumbling block, right? You can do whatever you want with it. You can cook these mantles right here. I have actually not had the calamari, but I'm gonna have it tonight. Andrew Peters, who's the guy that grew these, said that it was the best calamari he has ever had. So treat them like they're squid rings. The scallop itself, you can cook that scallop just as you would any scallop, or you can eat it raw. And remember, it was alive minutes ago. When you order Down East Dayboat scallops, ordinarily they go from the ocean floor to your door in under 48 hours because there is 24 hours of transit time, and they're amazing, as you know. But these were alive a minute ago. The roe is very creamy. You can separate these out and just slice right in there and pan fry that separately. What I'm gonna do tonight, I'm gonna make a calamari with the mantles. Oh, I think these were just moving. And then I'm going to steam some roe and then grind it up into a sauce that I'm going to put over some pan-seared scallops. Anything that you would do with clams, you can do with the mantles. You can slice them up. You can make scallops Rockefeller. You could do, I heard one guy said he had at a really high-end restaurant in New York, they had taken an Asian sesame marinade, lightly sauteed the mantles, and then had a Asian sesame marinade. They put that on the shell with a seared scallop they had sliced into little tiny pieces, and then they made a sauce out of the roe and put it all over everything, and that just sounded delicious. So I really want to know what you end up doing with these, because as you know, this is the first time I offered them, and I want to see what you do. It's a new product, so go crazy, people, and have fun.